What up, bitches? Omega Man X here. Um, I received a response from Enter the Arena Backup. Um, he was pretty much, and I seen the vid, and yeah, and apparently, I guess this was supposed to be a cheap shot at me, but he just said I was a dirty nigger because of my hoodie and called me a nigger and blah blah blah. And I say to that is next. Um, yeah. Hope I have enough time to explain this shit. But yeah. I seen your vid and I already see your plan from a mile away. All of a sudden now you're going after Manny G, probably for a parody that he did about you, or mainly because you was going after Wrestling Jesus, which you claimed that you patched things up with him. If that's the case, that's fine, good, because I patched things up with Wrestling Jesus too. But dude, I already see what the fuck you're trying to do. Like, you're using this whole Manny G Wrestling Jesus shit to your advantage, because you know that a lot of people on here look up. I mean, pretty much look up to Wrestling Jesus. I wouldn't say as literally Jesus, but kind of like look up to him, kind of like a lot more people look up to Bruce Blitz as Bruce Almighty Cornholio, you know? And if he were to, if he were to not even own him, I wouldn't even say he just owned, Wrestling Jesus owned it. Well, okay, fuck it, he did. He will own Manny G. Um, you're just going after him, just adding more fuel to the fire, just because Wrestling Jesus called Manny G out for his bullshit. And Manny G, I know we're cool, we've talked, but really, real talk, Wrestling Jesus did call you out on some bullshit. And a lot of points that he made in his vid about you, I do agree with. You can hate it or love it. This is just me speaking from the heart when I really say this part to you, Manny G. For real. I mean, you. But yeah, we'll talk about that later. But once you and we can have a one-on-one discussion about it. Doesn't matter. Don't give a fuck. But anywho, that's the only reason why I feel that you're just going after Manny G first. It's not me being ass hurt because you're not coming after me, but it's pretty much if you go after him, it's more leverage for you to go after any other targets in your eyes. eyes on. It's pretty much leverage for you to go after any other targets. You understand me? Um, yeah. Reason why I say that is because real shit. It's kind of ironic. The whole other vids you were saying, I'm your number one target. You're gonna hunt me down and take me off of YouTube, blah, 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 which I believe you cannot do. Nobody, period, can do because I'm going to do what, take a page out of WJ's book, make a gajillion accounts, and I'll be back on here. You understand? And, yeah, sorry, I ain't got my kick-ass chair. My wife is using it right now, so I have to bear deal with this bullshit chair. But yeah, I just feel you're just using other people's drama and beefs to benefit in your favor to try to hype your group up and hype people who are joining your group. I mean, think about it. Look at the vid that he just made where he was pretty much kissing WJ's ass completely, like 110%, just kissing his ass. You know, praising him and shit. After you pretty much went after him because when you got flagged, he didn't build a statue in your honor and shit. You know, and yeah, that's being real, unlike you who says who is real. Because the Supreme regime, from what I've learned, really was not really your idea. You just over exaggerated and overhyped the shit way bigger than it really needed to be. Meaning now you're trying to take that over and calling ranks and troops and all this shit. I know Dark Horse did that same shit, but not as bad as you did it. You know, he didn't, you know, like he did it, but he didn't really do it as much. Sure, he mentioned like, we're rallying up the troops, guys, blah, 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 but really, he wasn't into that type of the character of the supreme regime as much as you were. And you are today. Like, I really truly believe I am the number one target in you because because I got to you in a sense that there's no way you could fuck with me without having support, without having these other weird ass channels or accounts backing you up on some real shit. But yeah, I have enough time. Cool. Yeah, I have enough time. Fuck it. Just to get just some tidbit notes I took. Number one, dude, you seem high or drunk as fuck in your vid. For real. One of the two, not, or maybe even both. And oh shit, wrong vid notes. You say you like to be real, but really you're not. You're just being phony. But you really are just being a fucking phony. Really, you're being a fucking phony. You're not real. You can say it all you want to, but you ain't. I saw through your bullshit, which makes me more realer than you on some real shit. Nigga. You're saying you want to be chilling like wrestling Jesus, and that's bullshit because otherwise you want to be creating some fake military organization, like you said, on trying to take people out on YouTube. That's not being real at all. That's just I mean, maybe that is your character to do that. Maybe that's your other character side, but really, dude, that's not being real. They're just being a fucking retard. And talking about that, you did say it's a military army organization. Dude, you're not a fucking real general. You're not in the real war. This is just YouTube, okay? You know, I feel like you really did want to be in the army, but guess what? They turned your ass down for some reason. This is not a real fucking war. It's not, well, it's not a real fucking army or organization. So just kill that shit, for real. You said that, it also said that it was designed to not, to go to war, not to go to war, but it was designed not to go after wrestling Jesus. And I believe that's bullshit because in the real shit it was, but you over exaggerated to something else. You took that shit over that I guess one of Danielson's henchmen created now that I really learned through due development. But you took that and make it yourself and you're just over exaggerating it and by you doing that, you're just looking like a fucking dumbass because the whole real war shit is over. Just move on. Let it go, man. Shit. So yeah, really, dude, to just sum up those notes, you're just really fucking desperate for people to be on your side. You really are. To the point where you're kissing WJ's ass and trying to add more fuel to the fire to the whole WJ and Manny G thing that ain't got shit to do with you. And now you're going, and then we said Dark Horse is number 2. And like I said earlier, people worship WJ like he's King Jesus, like he really is Jesus, you know? So if WJ, and FYI, my opinion, WJ did counter Danielson too. Danielson, I'm just being honest with you, he did counter and he did explain everything he did about what the fuck he really had a problem with. But yeah. And by people seeing it from my point of view that I saw about Dick Manny and Daniel said, you're just capitalizing on that just to make your crunch wrap supreme regime, what the fuck ever you call it, look good. That's all I got to say about that. You and your army can come after me any way you want to, anytime. It's whatever, pimp. For real. So yeah, Omega Man X is out.